What's going on, everybody? Eric Lindquist at Stochastic here on the Odd Shopper channel, coming to you with another edition of Lindy's Lanes. Likes and locks. Hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell. Goes a long way for me on this video. Goes a long way for you. That way you become apprised whenever great content is going live here at our little neck of the YouTube woods. Content that will soon include the NFL. Yes, the NFL Lindy's coming to you on Friday. Looking forward to that. But here's the thing. You guys don't know this, but like somebody that she's an OG of the game here. Producer Alicia is on hand for today and the rest of the week as producer Jacob. He's hanging out in Hawaii doing all gallivanting, living his life because he got to know, doing all of those great things. But until then, I have producer Alicia back, and she makes me incessantly silly because, like, I don't know. We did NBA Lindy's the entire season, every single Monday through Friday. I worked with her, so it's great to have her back here on MLB. Give her some love there in the comment section. But you're looking for picks, and we got picks here on this Labor Day edition of MLB Lindy's. Looking forward to that. Just like I'd be looking forward to you guys checking out sportsbooks like Caesars. And it doesn't matter if it's Bet365 or DraftKings and FanDuel, the two biggies, or BetMGM. There's great offers that exist in that video description box below, so I'd take advantage of them. But I just want you signed up at all the books so that we can shop for the best odds every single day. And that's going to be especially important in the NFL, where I want to get bets out early. And I'm going to be posting them on Twitter/X/whatever the hell you want to call it. I'm going to be throwing those out there. And then we're on Friday, we're going to really put our foot to the gas, and we're going to really find ourselves some value there. Because again, Friday, that's a big day where everybody gets off work. They start firing off bets. That's when that's why I kind of want to do Lindy's on that Friday. Night before kind of a deal. This will be 2 nights before, but you'll be all right. We'll get the hold of it. It'll be great. But Caesar Sportsbook, one of those books, you can sign up for below. They got $50, get $250. That's 5 $50 bonus bets. If you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. It's only if you're 21 and over. But just saying, lots of great stuff going with these books as we get into the NFL season. Anywho, I've talked enough here at the intro. We got 11 games here on this Labor Day edition, holiday edition of Lindy's. Going to be good stuff. Producer Alicia, let's get to the picks. You know what's absurd? I don't know if I've locked a first game all year long, but producer Alicia shows up, and then all of a sudden I'm just like, you know what? Screw it. Let's go back to our roots in the NBA, where it just didn't matter the timing of things. You didn't have to worry about ballparks. You didn't have to worry about anything else. But here at Kauffman, we're getting crazy from the get-go because this Cole Reagans fellow is really starting to, he's going absolutely berserk. And Jesse Schulten's on the mound on the other side of this one. There's been times where I've thought, you know what? I think I'll invest in Jesse Schulten. No, that hasn't happened. He's got a 15.9% K rate, a 249 expected batting average. This is not somebody that we want to put our hard-earned money on. But you know who we do? Cole Reagans. And this guy, where did this come from? 308 expected slugging, 268 xWOBA, but those are elite beyond elite numbers. And pair that next to a 29.5% K rate. These are the things that are jumping up. And you know what? I definitely think you could put this money line play that I'm going to be firing up in bulk. You could attach it to a Cole Reagans adjusted K line. And I think you're probably sitting pretty, because if he just keeps doing what he's been doing, which is just mow down dudes, this is a pretty good doubling single game parlay type situation we have here. It's 9, 11, 9, 5, 11. Those are his K totals, his last 5 against Pittsburgh, Oakland, Chicago, St. Louis, Boston. Now, a couple of those decent teams, a couple of those terrible. But you know what? The Chicago White Sox are terrible. Just throwing it out there. Thought you might observe those facts. If you hadn't yet, well, probably wearing those Hermione Granger glasses. We got to work on that a little bit. Actually, it's more like Professor Trelawney, if we're going to be honest. Yes, I'm breaking the hard-hitting Harry Potter jokes here today. You know why? Because I can. It's my show. But anyway, we're looking at against right-handed pitching this season. The White Sox in 83 WRC plus with a 148 ISO. Friends, those are terrible things. Also, Luis Robert got scratched before Sunday's game. So maybe he doesn't play Monday. That's more value. Again, I don't understand this. We are firing Kansas City to the moon. This is my favorite play on the day. Minus 142? Why are we doing here? I'm actually looking at putting a half unit also on the run line just to kind of double down here. Wish there was more of a dollar spread. Again, minus 142 into this for it not to at least leak to like the plus 148 realm. That's a little bit frustrating, but they basically got a 90-cent gap there. Kansas City run line. I'm going to wait, though. Maybe we get a better number on it. I doubt it. But minus 142, Kansas City money line. My favorite play on the day, bar none. Where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? Sorry, that was very high-pitched, and we're partying. Anyway, the San Francisco Giants taking on the Chicago Cubs. I'm not going to do that over. I'm a professional. I can overcome my atrocities. I do have a play from this one, though. And here's the thing. You see this total. 9. Look at these pitchers. Logan Webb taking on Justin Steele. Justin Steele has kind of vaulted himself into the conversation for the Cy Young with how good he's been. And Logan Webb is one of the best pitchers in baseball. So, again, ground ball rate. I mean, that's the main thing that I like about Logan Webb. He's a top 10 pitcher, though. Why are we looking at a 9 total? My friends, we have finally arrived to this. It feels like it's been a long time coming on this program, but the wind is blowing out in Wrigley Field. And when the wind blows out in Wrigley Field, this is the most homer-friendly park in baseball. Yes, better than Great American Park, Great American Small Park in Cincinnati, better than Coors Field. We're looking at this ballpark in Wrigley playing like a little league park for a lot of these hitters. But this is still a 9 total with Logan Webb and Justin Steele on the mound. And here's why I'm going to still be on the under here. You got Logan Webb, 46.1% hard hit percentage. That looks like a disaster when you talk about wind blowing out, but he's got a 61.3% ground ball rate, which is elite beyond elite among starting pitchers in baseball. And Justin Steele isn't far behind, 49%. I mean, it's pretty far behind, 11.3%, but that's still a decent number, along with a 291 xWOBA, 364 expected slugging, and just a 5.7% hard hit percentage. It's going to be terrifying. It's going to be an awful, awful game to feel like you want to be looking at shorting homers and other things. Because again, I do think Justin Steele, even though I think he's the better pitcher between him and Logan Webb, I think he's the one who's in the tougher spot considering the wind's blowing out, just because of what Logan Webb can do in inducing ground ball contact and in just avoiding some of those fly balls. Justin Steele, it's not really even fair when you talk about this wind blowing out. And it's only looking to be about 12 to 15 miles an hour at first pitch. But that's a drastic difference because 45% of the time the wind's blowing in from right at Wrigley. 38% of the time you get it at your back in some capacity. But here, looks like it's going to be going dead center. I'm going to be paying close attention to this one, but I've already fired up a half unit here. I'm on the under of 9. Thumbs up. My God, what are we doing here? This is terrifying. Feel a lot better about this one, mainly because I don't like it. The Houston Astros taking on the Texas Rangers. Yes, I like both of these teams in the AL. Going to be very, very fun to enjoy. There's going to be some good baseball coming down the pipeline from both of these teams. And the AL, pretty wide open. The NL, kind of wide open, but like there's 4 really elite teams that have kind of, we know the Braves are pretty good. The Dodgers are pretty good. They're kind of playing each other right now. It's enjoyable. We're having fun. We're having fun. But in the AL, these are kind of your top 2 contenders, in my opinion. It's wild to say. But JP France and Andrew Heaney, not exactly the greatest pitching matchup to start off here between the two of them. If you look at JP France's numbers on the season, sub 3.5 ERA, sub 1.3 WHIP, you can't be mad about that from a rookie, but I do think that he's been a little bit lucky if we're going to be dead honest about everything here. Not even looking at the BABIP specifically, but just a 17.6% K percentage, 266 expected batting average, and a 441 expected slugging. 4-seamer, cutter, change that kind of just don't work off of each other as well. Again, I think he's been getting by on luck. Pretty good fielding around him in Houston as well. But Andrew Heaney on the other side, this is a guy that I think he's regressed. His time at the Dodgers was ridiculous. The K stuff was through the roof. 37.9% hard hit percentage, 24.5% K rate. Not terrible. This is not what we're used to from Heaney, though. And then he's got the 330 xWOBA, but 432 expected slugging, walks a lot of dudes at 9.1%, and has a 10.7% barrel percentage. That is problematic to me. That is the major highlight, starred, circled thing. Highlight it in your agenda. Do people have agendas? You know what? I was digging through some stuff, and I found like moleskin notebooks. And remember, friends, ideas become things. Ideas become things. Anyway, that was just me going through my fucking trash. Anywho, we're going to just lean on the Houston money line side. I'm not really in love with it at -105. Texas Rangers have a really good lineup, and JP France has been lucky. So maybe we just don't bet anything here and we move on with our lives and do productive things like hang out with our family on Labor Day. Just kidding. I would never do that. I'm going to be betting baseball. Next game. We have the Toronto Blue Jays and the Oakland Athletics, and I really don't want to talk about this game. Yeah, it's Jose Barrios. Used to be a cash cow for us once upon a time on this program. That was 2022. But it's the year of our Lord 2023, and we've maybe bet against him 3 or 4 times. 3 or 4 times the entire year. Feels a little bit broken, but I do think that we were early on to some of the changes he made in spring training. Yeah, we're talking spring training here in September. We probably don't need to do that. It's probably a little bit obnoxious. But yeah, Jose Barrios, 3.7 ERA, 1.22 whip. The strikeout stuff isn't as good as what people want to proclaim it to be. It's just never been good. 22.2% this season. Good. Great for you. Happy. But four-seamer sinker change, that's his combination. He throws it. He's okay. 35.7%. He's just not been the guy that I wanted to bet against in some ways. It's a little bit frustrating to me here because Ken Waldichuk, I'm contractually obligated. Producer Alicia, enjoy this one. How much wood could a Waldichuk chuck if a Waldichuk could chuck wood? The answer, a lot, because he would run into all the bats. That's how bad Ken Waldichuk is. This southpaw sucks. 42.3% hard hit percentage, 341 xWOBA, 432 expected slugging, and a 12.1% walk rate. That is bad. It is trash. Her name is Chastity. She is white trash. That's right. Go comatose for me, baby. You guys give her some water so she can take those. She's just not talk anymore. It's Wedding Crashers. I knew you were thinking about it. Don't think about betting anything here. We're in Oakland in the afternoon. Ken Waldichuk, Jose Barrios, come on. Toronto -1.5 if you make me. They're pretty good at offense, but Oakland's not. I need to shave. Next game. All right, one more lean. We're going to get this one out really, really quickly, and then we're going to continue on to actual plays. Brian Bayo, you know that by now. I really like his ground ball rate. If you've watched our program before, if you haven't, you're probably a little confused because you're just saying, hey, Eric, I don't know anything about this Brian Bayo character. Well, he gives up hard hit, 44.5%, but he definitely has that ground ball rate, 55.3%. That's pretty nifty. My nose itched. Anyway, Aaron Savali on the other side had a pretty good season, 34.8% hard hit percentage, 299 xWOBA, but just a 20% K rate. You're going up against a Boston team that brings a lot of lefties to the plate, definitely has those splits. And then you're looking like, am I interested? But I'm not really interested, but I'm kind of interested. But then you're wondering, are we just going to get hopped up enough to make some bad decisions? Play a game just called, we're not going to finish that. That's also Wedding Crashers. Anyway, Boston, Tampa Bay. Don't bet this. If you have to, take the under because you're in Tropicana. You're looking at more pitcher friendly, but I only have this at 7.6, and that's not good enough. We don't want to be betting stuff like that. Let's talk some Caesars, shall we? Look at this orderly fellow in a beautiful yellow shirt. He's telling you on Labor Day, bet $50, get $250 over at Caesars Sportsbook. But here's the thing. This orderly fellow, he knows things. He doesn't always know things, but he knows some things, and some things he's better at than other things. And these things he's telling you are things that you should be taking advantage of at Sportsbook, like the things when they're giving you money into your pocket, like betting $50, you get $250. That's in 5 $50 bonus bets. Here's how it works. You're going to get yourself immediately upon taking advantage of this promotion, a $50 bonus bet, as well as the next 4 Mondays in a row. You're going to get yourself $50 in bonus bets from them, leading you into the NFL season. And here's the thing. If you just bet $50 on 6 separate bets, because again, the 50 you originally bet, as well as the $250, it's really hard for me to imagine a scenario where you're not doubling your money somehow, some way, unless you run really, really bad. You could blindly take two -110 sides, and it would be hard to not go 2 for 6. Again, these are statistical things. This is how it works. And I'm here to try to help you make money somehow, some way. And I'm using math to do it. So here, again, 6 $50 bets. You take an even money bet. And if you win 1 of 6, you're doubling your money. Do you understand how awesome that is to have from a sports book for a promotion? So head over to Caesars. Again, I want you signed up at BetMGM, at DraftKings, FanDuel, everywhere, so you can shop for the best lines every single day. That's going to be the thing that helps you the most long term. But in the short term, let's build up that bankroll. Let's sustain that bankroll. And that starts by checking out great stuff like Caesars, putting $250 into your account in 5 $50 bets just when you bet $50 at the link below. It's only if you're 21 and over. And if you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. Alrighty, y'all, back to the picks. Next up, we have the Rockies not in Coors Field, not going to be betting it over because that's really all I've done with Colorado, and it was Toronto over the weekend. Every single game, every single over, www.imawinner.com. It's true. Post the 1099s whenever you want them. Well, actually, I've posted them multiple times this year because people are trolls. They're not very nice. It's okay. Fine. I don't even care. But I do have a play from this game. So yay, let's focus on that. Happy things. Aw. Yeah. Lambert against Kelly. Lambert is facing Kelly. Kelly is not Lambert. Lambert isn't Kelly. Finkel isn't Einhorn. Einhorn isn't Finkel. And that's not the way that we're supposed to think about these things. Ken, Ace Ventura taught us better. Producer Alicia, very confused by that reference. No idea what I'm talking about, but she's laughing. So we're doing well. Anyhow, these are good times. These are like the NBA times. We're going to run good here on Monday. But Peter Lambert, 45.3% hard hit percentage, 493 expected slugging, bad, 12.1% barrel percentage. Nicest thing I can say about him, he is not pitching in Coors Field. That's not even about him. It's about his situation. So, like, sorry to his family if you're watching this program. Merrill Kelly's going to murder these Colorado Rockies, though. That's what it comes down to, friends. I have my guy here, but also we fired the Dodgers very, very heavily against Merrill Kelly his last time out. He got it completely obliterated. It was also 95 degrees in Los Angeles. It was a very disastrous setup for any pitcher going up against a Dodgers team, let alone for him. Now, he only had 1 strikeout, 12 hits he gave up, 10 ground balls. But the game before that against Cincinnati in Chase Field, 7 innings, only 1 hit, and 12 strikeouts. So you're talking about, like, I think his performance is going to fall somewhere in the middle of those two. Just throwing it out there. Actually, I strongly believe that it will lean more towards that Cincinnati performance. Back at home, back in a better ballpark, not facing the Dodgers. Confirmed the Colorado Rockies, dead last in baseball with an 82 WRC plus against righties on the season. So, like, yeah. We're going to bet Arizona -1.5. -115? -115? That's not enough. And again, we're getting over $1 separation here. We're talking 125 cents. So $1.25 difference. Almost at 125 cents. That's literally the same thing. Why did I second guess myself? Never second guess yourself. Go with your gut. Unless your gut is wrong, then do the opposite. Life lessons here on this program. Arizona -1.5. That's your day lesson for Monday. We don't have a line from this one, mainly because we only have Brian. Well, I got to do the D2 Mighty Ducks thing. What am I doing? Woo! Brian Woo! Producer Alicia doesn't know what that is either. This is a failure of a program. Maybe we need producer Jacob back here. Can he work from Hawaii? No, we wouldn't want that. It's got awkward. Anywho, the Mariners are playing the Reds, and we know by now Brian Woo, he definitely has some electric stuff, boogie woogie woogie. Very excited to watch him in Cincinnati, where like he could get murdered, but like he also has really good stuff in general. 274 xWOBA, 333 expected slugging. I am worried about a pitch count. That's why I haven't been on any of his overs on Ks since like like 1994. I know he's a rookie, but like there's a third dimension Spider-Man thing going on in that conversation or in that analogy. So it is what it is. But Brian Wu, 4.15 ERA, 1.17 whip. He is way better than that. 30.2% hard hit percentage. Again, gave you the underlying metrics. 5.6% barrel percentage. Those are the things you need to succeed in a ballpark like Great American Small Park. So kind of like his profile. Now for Cincinnati, they have no official listed starter, but they did mention that TJ Antone could be the guy who opens this and they turn it over to a bulk starter or a AAA guy that they call up. Neither of those have shown up, but Antone, being a righty, I think he can pitch a decent amount here. I mean, he only pitched, 10 pitches on the 2nd. That was literally 2 days before you heard this. So yeah, he's pitched pretty recently, but I think he has 20-25 pitch upside where he can maybe go an inning, maybe 2 innings. We'll see what this bulk reliever situation looks like, but most of the guys from AAA I'm looking at are righties. And that's where I just want to at least throw out that my guy, Dominic Canzone, is starting to thrash baseballs in the face. Oh, wait, what was that? I can't remember. I will think about that by the end of this dealio that we go through here. In the face. It's the cop. It's the Vegas. Hangover. Found it. Anyway, now I can talk about the thing I actually wanted to talk about. We have lots of hitters on the Seattle Mariners side, specifically Julio Rodriguez, Teoscar Hernandez. These guys are murdering baseballs, but Dominic Canzone, 42% hard hit percentage along with a 16.5 degree average launch angle, hit back-to-back homers on back-to-back days over the weekend too. I bet him on Saturday by myself. Didn't post it in the Discord because I'm a failure. I posted 3-0 though on Saturday for the people. Just didn't. Again, Saturday's normally my day off. I gave the people a 3-0 card on Saturday, and then all everybody wants to do is thrash me, even though I didn't have a single 1-unit play on Sunday. Only won like 2 of my bets. Lost like 5 of them, but it's okay. They were all half unit or quarter unit. It was a very light day on Sunday. It was a terrible board. This board looks a lot better. Could look really good if we get Dominic Canzone out of plus 400. Yes, I want him better than plus 400. Can we get it, books? Just don't look at the box scores. Don't look at the hard hit numbers. Don't look at his numbers against righties. Give us an inflated number, please. It's Labor Day. It's a holiday. Dominic Canzone. Yeah, that'd be cool. That's all. The hell is Lucas Giolito doing pitching for the Cleveland Guardians? What are we doing here? Lucas Giolito goes from the White Sox. He is terrible for a month with the Los Angeles Angels. They not even DFA him. They end up putting him on waivers. He gets picked up by the Guardians. And the Guardians are like, you know what? We tried to nourish our little baby bunny, broken down Noah Syndergaard. That didn't work out. Just throwing it out there. Rock-a-bye, baby, on the treetop. When the wind blows, Lucas Giolito will get rocked. That's generally how it works, because Lucas Giolito gives up all of the hard contact in all of the land. All of the hard contact in all of the land. What are we doing here? And my Minnesota Twins get this matchup. I thought I was going to end up locking this one, but the numbers say, hey, Eric, just chill. Just take the like. Enjoy the murder. It'll be fine. Pablo Lopez, really, really good at baseball too. Just throwing it out there. And then better bullpen, better pizza. We don't talk about that guy because he's a bad person. But now Steph Curry does commercials for them, so I guess it's fine. Not really. He's kind of doing Subway more. But anybody watch the Lithuania USA game? That was pretty devastating. But we're still in the tournament for FIBA, for the World Cup. Can we just give Anthony Edwards the ball every possession? I love him so much. It's my boy. Producer Alicia, we're back on the NBA Lindy's. Sorry. Minnesota money line. We like it. Kind of a quick piece of analysis here. Corbin Burns on the mound for the Milwaukee Brewers. It's expected to be Luis Ortiz if he's still going to have a job by the time we show up here on the 4th, but he pitched on the 29th of August here. It does set up to be his day for the Pittsburgh Pirates. I'm going to talk about it as though he is the guy, even though he's not officially announced as the starter. 5.08 ERA, 1.77 whip. He is no good Bad. Not great. Don't like it. Strikeout stuff. Don't know why it didn't show up in bulk. Even though he's had 5 strikeouts back-to-back matchups. He's had 90 and 81 pitches, but like sometimes it translates, sometimes it doesn't. And this is the doesn't category. But either who, Corbin Burnes, this guy is very good at the pitching of baseballs. And I think against the Pittsburgh Pirates, this is a fantastic spot. 23.6% K rate on the season. That's 9th highest in baseball. That's the K rate against right-handed pitching for these Pirates. They've gotten a little bit worse as they traded away Carlos Santana and other pieces. The remaining remnants are sitting there, even though that's not the nicest way to put professional baseball players in their names. We can be nicer than that. But you look at some of the lefties specifically that you know are going to be in this lineup. Jack Sawinski, 33.3% K rate. Andy Rodriguez, righty, but will be in the lineup. Catcher, 25.6% K rate. Joyver Peguero, 28.8% K rate, higher against righties. I'm telling you, this projected lineup has a lot of strikeouts in it. Now, Alfonso Rivas, hopefully he's in that lineup as well, 28.7%. But then you do have the Brian Hayes, Brian Reynolds, 19.6, 20.2. They're probably batting first and second in this lineup most of the time. Andrew McCutchen sitting sub 22%. But there's a lot of ways this lineup rolls out, and Corbin Burnes should be set up to succeed in a big way. So, looking at his pitching props that haven't been announced yet, I'm looking at his previous couple days of data. I think it's going to land around 6.5 minus 125. And I want to put myself at the Corbin Burnes 7 Ks mark. Corbin Burnes up to 7 Ks. Now, if you see this juiced like minus 150, minus 155, go ahead and stay away. But this also makes a nice piece to parlay next to the Milwaukee money line. Because however it rolls out, if it's Luis Ortiz here, you're looking at Milwaukee inside of minus 200, like in that minus 175 to minus 200 range on the road. Great single game parlay opportunity. Just the two of them. Just see how it works. That's it. Don't get crazy. Don't get crazy. Corbin Burnes, though, is going to get crazy against these Pirates. 2 games to go. Hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell. If not for me, for producer Alicia. Again, I'm giddy. I'm happy to have my friend back in the fray. How are things? That's a conversation, Rob. I'll cover this game first. Phillies, San Diego. We do have the announced starters. We just don't have official lines. Baby, are you coming for the ride? It's Will Smith's daughter. Isn't that Willow? Isn't that? Is that correct? You don't know. Okay, never mind. We need to get rid of producer Alicia. But we got Taijuan Walker here going up against Rich Hill. What year is it? Robin Williams gif. I mean, this is just Rich Hill's 100. Taijuan Walker ain't young, but just saying. Both of these guys, it's like the righty is Taijuan Walker, Rich Hill's the lefty, but they kind of have similar things going on. 480 expected slugging there for Rich Hill. It's actually 398. That's actually the one good thing for Taijuan Walker. 19.1% K rate, 19.8% respectively for Hill and Taijuan Walker. And then you're looking at 2 guys who are just walking more dudes than you should. 8.6% walk rate for Hill, 9.8% for Walker. But Walker, 6.5% barrel percentage, getting to face a San Diego lineup that hasn't been doing as much. And then you have Rich Hill with a 9.9% barrel percentage. I think Philly money line is a pretty clear-cut spot if this has a plus one number attached to it, which maybe it will, maybe it won't. It's really hard to know when a team ends up on the road here. Very interested to see where books put this line. It's kind of silly for me to say I would put this line at such and such, knowing that like people would bet on the other one. But I have the break-even number being for the Phillies, minus 105. So again, I do think there's a chance they end up being the favored team here, but not likely. I do think it ends up still being San Diego. Think the Phillies end up being a money line pick for me in the end. We shall see. We shall see. And the last game of the night, nothing like bookends. We started with a lock, and we end with a lock. The Baltimore Orioles taking on the, I think they're still a major league franchise, the Los Angeles Angels, who just kind of like cut up and threw away their baseball team. No, we will waiver you. Randall Grichuk gone. Hunter Renfroe gone. Lucas Giolito's pitching for Cleveland. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Oh, yeah, we're betting against this Rosenberg fellow is what we're going to do with Grayson Rodriguez. And some people have said, hey, Eric, you're mean on Grayson Rodriguez from time to time. Yeah, I just expect better out of his stuff overall. But we've been seeing some really good trends the last few games. And I'm not a trends guy, but like I'm a velocity math guy. And Grayson Rodriguez up a little tick on the fastball. Last outing against the White Sox, the best he's looked, period. 6 innings, 1 hit, 6 Ks, only 1 walk to go with it. That was an outing, friends. That was an outing. Now, the Baltimore Orioles, they've been bouncing around. We haven't been able to get a ton of value on them because, well, when they're at home, it's kind of a disaster to go out of your way and go bet on them here. But then they move out west. We've been betting them a little bit more. And now, facing the Angels in a very homer-friendly ballpark, in a very, offensive-laden ballpark here in Angels Stadium. And the Angels still, no Mike Trout, Taylor Ward. I guess we could go down the line. They still have no Joe Adele, who was awesome, Anthony Rendon, Gio Urshela, CJ Cron on the IL for them as well. It's problematic. Unless you want to bet the Baltimore side, which I think I definitely do, because this Rosenberg fellow, friends, he's not very good at the pitching of baseballs. And you know what's important when you're a starting pitcher in baseball is you're good at the pitching of baseballs. 18.9% K rate is identical to his 18.9% walk rate after his first outing. Just saying. I don't think he's very good. And here's the thing. You look at AAA Salt Lake. Salt Lake has played on the moon. PCL. The Pacific Coast League. Disaster for AAA, but 6.43 ERA now to 2 outings. 2.29 whip. Prove it to me, young man. Prove it to me. Actually, he won't prove anything to me because he's not good. Baltimore money line. Lock it in. Also looking at a double dip. When I dip, you dip, we dip. Enjoy your dip. And like the nachos and cheese dip. It's Labor Day and you'll be hanging out and partying. I'll be working and betting baseball in a tiny little room. That's where I am. Bye. And that does it for another edition of Lindy's Leans, Likes, and Locks. You know what to do. Go to that comment section below. Let me know your favorite plays on this lovely Monday holiday slate that we have before us. 11 games. I'm going to be in the premium Discord. You can sign up for that below. Stokastic.com/Lindy. That's going to be where it's at. You can also sign up for BetMGM. Get yourself 2 months of that, of the premium Discord. That is for free when you check them out. That deal's still going on. That's fantastic. Would love to see you there. Would love to have you get my betting card daily because I'm going to help you win more times than not. It's just a fact, is what it is. I'm okay at this. I'm not okay at talking when I'm feeling awkward. But it's funny, I think. Thank you to producer Alicia, back in the fray here. She'll be with us all week. Give her some love. Tell her that, hey, the NBA Lindy's were the best ones. And then we can fire Jacob and never have to talk to him again. I would never do that. Producer Jacob's okay. Anyway, check out Caesar Sportsbook if you're 21 and over. And if you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. See you on Tuesday, everybody. Until then, I'm Eric Lindquist. Best of luck in the MLB streets on Monday.